Today is exactly 2 weeks ago that I had a massive heart attack, and God spared my life. I'm still here, and all of that I went through, the pain, it was the most horrific thing that I've gone through. And throughout all of that I went through, and that whole process, I had a thought that come to mind: would He care? Would my Father even care what I was going through, what happened? Would He even try to see me? Would He ask about what happened? Would that even make a difference? Why did those thoughts come up during that time? I have no idea, but it did come up. And it like threw me for a loop, because throughout all of that I was dealing with, I'm like, man. And I started thinking on that, like, would it even matter? Even with a situation like this, would He still say that I'm not His son? This is Maurice, and this is Making Life Mobetta podcast, where we are empowering Black men who grew up without a father to live a godly, purpose-driven life through faith, healing, and sharing our stories. I want to tell you thank you for those of you on my last episode where I share my testimony about God spared my life from that heart attack. Thank you so much for your comments. I try to respond to each and every one. Your comments have helped me out a lot through this whole situation, through this whole ordeal, especially when my mind wants to replay everything that happened. And when it replays it in graphic details, in very graphic details, including the pain. And with my prayer that I've been praying about the peace of mind and guard my heart and my mind, along with me praying, adding that in my prayer, and God leading me back to the comments that you guys have left. Thank you so much for your comments. That has really been helping. If you get any value from this, please share it. For those of you who don't know what video that I'm talking about, I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to go back and watch that video. It was me sharing my testimony about what I went through having the heart attack, but I'll leave the link in the video. But that was a question that I had. Like, would He even matter? And you may be not in the same situation that I'm in. You may have been in a situation and you wonder, would it even matter that would it make a difference of what I've been going through? Would it make a difference to my Father? Would that cause Him to come forward and take that as an opportunity to reach out to you, to talk to you, just to check on you? Hey, I just want to check on you to see how you were doing. And during that time, like I said, it's been 2 weeks. During that time, there's been like different phases of it for me. When I was in the hospital, it was still surreal to me. Like, did this really happen? Even though I was in the hospital, I knew I was in the hospital. I knew I had the surgery. It was still like, is this real? And then leaving the hospital, I went to my mom's house. It was becoming reality. That was a level of it becoming reality. So at my mom's house for 3 days. Then when I came home here to my house, it was another level of reality, because I'm here by myself. And and the enemy one thought that came to mind, the enemy like, you're gonna be at home by yourself. Like, what if this happens again? And that was a thought that I had. So the enemy will try to take things and take you down this rabbit hole to get you stuck on what he wants you to get stuck on, to take your focus off of God, to take your focus off on me casting all my cares on Him, on God, and allowing Him to take care of me throughout all of that. And when I was going through the different phases of this, it's new to me. I never experienced anything like that. So it's new. It's 2 weeks today. God has been and still is revealing and showing me different things. teaching me different things from this experience and what I went through, and him delivering me through that. And I want God to order my steps. I know he spared my life for a reason. I know he spared my life for his will and his purpose. And I am more attentive. I'm listening more to him and allowing him to order my steps and allowing him to lead me. Even when you have reached out to me, sharing your comments, text messages, phone calls, I'm praying and asking God, when I respond, let my words be your words. Let my thoughts be your thoughts. Because he's always shared with me when I was trying to make sense of the whole thing. Like, why did this really happen? Like, I work out 6 times a week. I've been vegan almost 9 years. I referee basketball, so I'm very active. I'm very health conscious. And to my mind, to my flesh, it didn't make sense to me. So when I'm trying to make sense of it, God just asked me the second night in the hospital, he like, have you ever thought that I just allowed this to happen to you? He said, now in your prayer, you prayed, Lord, let your will be done in my life. And I do pray that. He said, have you ever thought this is a part of my will for your life? And several years ago, God started saying to me, and he will replay it. He'll remind me of what he spoke to me some years ago. He said, Maurice, your life is your life, but your life is not just about you. Meaning things that you go through, things that I deliver you through or from, or the experience that you go through, you are to share that because it's going to help someone else. And that's why I am a big advocate, a strong advocate for sharing your stories. I don't care. Your story matters. Your story is going to touch someone. Your story maybe will even save someone's life. You have to share your story. Don't let anybody make you think, or don't allow yourself to make you think that your story doesn't matter, or your story is not as big as, however you will compare it. Your story, your life is your life, but your life is not just about you. Your life, your story is going to touch someone, but only if you share it. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it on social media, the way that I'm doing it. Allow God to give you instructions like I did. Allow God to give you instructions on how he wants you to handle it, how he wants you to share your story, because he delivered you through that story, through that situation, so you can share your story, so he can get the glory. What I went through 2 weeks ago, I cannot take any credit whatsoever. Yes, I said I was working out. I eating my diet. I'm vegan for almost 9 years. Yes, all of that contribute. But the bottom line is, all glory goes to God, the reason why I'm still here. And my doctor told me, she said, because you work out the way that you do, because your diet and how active you are, she said that played a part into why you're still here. And see, years ago, God told me, he said, start taking care of your body, my temple of the Holy Spirit. So I started doing that. I started taking care of my body. I started taking care of God's temple. So God is going to give you instructions on things that you need to do to get you to where you need to be. Even with the thought of would it even matter to my father what happened to me or where I was? I even had this thought. What if God saw fit that day that I didn't survive it? Would he even come to the funeral? Would he even want to be listed on the obituary as my father? Those thoughts came to mind, but God didn't allow me to go down this rabbit hole to where it was distracting me. And if you are a father, tomorrow is not promised. If you are a father and you're not involved in your child's life, I believe that you want to be in your child's life. I do. I believe all fathers want to. No matter what my father said, I believe deep down inside, he wants to. I pray for my father. I pray for the children like myself that wants that from their father. Dad, fathers, it's not too late. It's not tomorrow's not promised to anyone. When I woke up Monday 2 weeks ago, I never thought I would go through what I went through that day. And my life could have ended that day. And God spared my life. When I recorded that video, the podcast of what I'm talking about, my testimony, I didn't want to record that. And God was like, no, share your story, share your testimony. And I had my reasons why I didn't want to record it, because I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me. I didn't want anybody all up in my business. I didn't want anybody trying to diagnose and tell me this and you need to do that. I didn't want to do all of that, because when I talk about it, I'm reliving it. When I talk about it, I am reliving it. And day by day, it's getting better. As far as the PTSD is getting better. Your body goes through that when you're going through a traumatic experience. And my cardiologist, she said that because the first night I couldn't go to sleep because my mind kept replaying it. She said, yeah, your body and your mind is trying to figure out like what happened. You went through a horrific traumatic experience and your body is trying to figure out what's going on, and that is going to happen. So I understand where you are as a child wanting your father to be involved in your life. Even if it's just y'all speaking and you're talking, Dad, it may not be as bad as you think. And if it is, then just deal with it. Life is not promised to anyone. Your life could change. My life could change again. It's not promised to anyone. And when I was doing the video, or didn't want to do the video talking about my testimony, God was like, nope, go ahead and record your video. Because someone needs to hear your story. Someone needed to hear my story, my testimony. And the comments, the phone calls, the text messages, it proved and it showed that. And God was like, see what I told you? But you didn't want to do it. For my own selfish reason. And they were selfish reason. Bottom line, they were selfish reason because they were about me and why I didn't want to do it. Same thing goes for you. Share your story. Share your testimony. Your story matter. Your story, if your story only touched one person, that's what it was supposed to do. If your story was supposed to only touch one person, that's what your story was supposed to do. It's not going to touch that one person if you don't tell it. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it on social media. It can be one-on-one. God will guide you. He will lead you. He will let you know, like, hey, share your testimony. It may be somebody that you're talking to. It may be a complete stranger. You hear him talking about something. Hey, can I share this with you? It may come about like that, but you have to. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are looking for answers. And God is going to use you. God is going to use your story that he delivered you through. He delivered you from. He's going to use that if you share it. But you have to share it. Just like I'm sharing with you the thought that I had about my father. Would he even care what I was going through? Hope this was helpful. If it was, please share. If you haven't watched that episode of my testimony of what I went through, I'll link it in the description of this video. The title of it is From Near Death to New Purpose. From Near Death to New Purpose is the name of the video. Thank you so much for those that have commented on the video. I really, truly, greatly appreciate you sharing your comments. I try to respond to every comment, and by you commenting, it gets it out to more people. So thank you so much for doing that. All right. Lord's will, if it's the Lord's will, you will see me on the next episode. Again, this is Making Life Mobetta podcast, where we are empowering Black men who grew up without a father to live a godly, purpose-driven life through faith, healing, and sharing our stories. Take care. God bless. Lord's willing, I'll check you out on the next episode. Have a good one.